Right, welcome to Ireland, Tangaroa. I think I have it right. I just have you're in Ireland for a couple of days or a week or.
Yep. So I come to Ireland from New Zealand and come over here to see some family, but also wanted to see your guys' farming systems here over in Ireland. So been an awesome day today.
And the family, where are your family or?
So my auntie lives in just by the Shannon River there. I know the Shannon
Limerick.
River. Yeah, Limerick. Yeah.
Very good. And
Right.
how long is she here?
She's been here for 20 years. Actually, no, sorry, 19 years. 19 years. Yeah.
And what brought them over?
So she got a handsome young Irishman, went over to the bottom of New Zealand and played rugby over there, and stole her from our family and married her and got her up the duff, so got her pregnant, and then dragged her all the way over here to the other side of the world, and she resides, right there.
Very good. And any future Irish rugby players coming along?
I don't know about that. No, definitely not.
You
Maybe.
Wouldn't want to be putting them out against you anyway. So would you tell us a small bit about what you do in New Zealand?
Yep, so I'm a contract milker in New Zealand, and I'm currently running a 500 cow farm, and we're doing, in terms of production, we're doing about pretty much 100% body weight or 95% body weight per cow. So you're doing about 460, aiming to hit about 450, 460 milk solids per cow over the next 2 years, which is our goal. So contract milking over there. Also own a CrossFit gym, and just got my partner, and we decided to take a 6-week break because we've never had one since we left school, and here we are.
And you've done the South in Invercargill, what's that like versus Ireland?
To be honest, I feel like I took a plane ride from the bottom of New Zealand and flew around New Zealand and landed back in New Zealand again. So Ireland, it feels exactly the same.
You're feeling at home in the rain today?
Absolutely.
Very good. So in the video here, we're just going to go through a small bit maybe about share milking and contract milking, and I suppose it's just to educate, share some knowledge around share milking and contract milking. So maybe could you tell us a small bit about the farm arrangement you have on your farm?
Yep, so I'm currently contract milking. So contract milking means that I get a set amount of the milk check, not a percentage, but it's a fix. I've got a fixed contract, and I supply the small machinery. I employ the staff, pay the wages, and I'm in charge of managing the whole farm.
And how long are you in that?
So that's a 1-year contract, but they vary depending on how, I suppose, the relationship with the farm owner and the contract milker.
And how long are you in that arrangement? How many years?
This will be coming up my 5th season. This season coming up will be my 5th season on this farm, and I've been signing 1-year contracts ever since.
On the same one?
Yep, on the same farm.
I forgot to actually say you're quite a decorated farmer. You have won a few awards. You might just throw them off.
So I won the Young Maori Farmer of the Year in 2011, and in 2012 I won the Primary ITO, so Primary Industries Trainee of the Year in New Zealand. So just you realise that those were going to be big stepping stones to progress through the industry quickly, as I wanted to be self-employed as fast as I could, because I wanted to be in a high wage bracket quickly. I realised that if I stayed and just did the normal route to go to farm ownership, into self-employment, it would probably take me about 5 years. But if I applied myself in these competitions and succeeded, probably cut that 5 years down to 2, which it did.
Well done.
Yeah.
I have the privilege of being a runner-up in the Young Farmer of the Year in Ireland. So
awesome. That's good.
No, runner-up isn't. No, definitely not.
Fitter than 3rd.
Well, no, I think that was about 5th or something like that. So, can you let me know a bit about the partnership you're involved with, the share milking contract arrangement? What do you call it?
It's sort of a contract milking arrangement that I've got with an equity partnership.
So maybe a bit about the partners you're involved with.
Yep. So on my farm, we have got 16 equity partners, and in between, so in terms of the reporting, so I run the farm, I generate a report and I send it through to my consultant, who then goes through my report, my on-farm report, and then the consultant will generate a budget, obviously income versus debt servicing, and then sends that report monthly to all the shareholders, because some of our shareholders obviously don't know about farming or what it entails, or when they're paying invoices, they don't know what they are. So, yeah.
And what type of partners have you that are involved?
So we've got partners all around the world involved with ours. Do you want me to decline that?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're from all around the world.
Yeah. So China, Aussie, all around New Zealand. Yeah.
Great. So they're investors, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
all
they bought
investors.
the land and invested in the capital.
Yeah.
Very good. So, how does the contract? So you've gone through really how a contract. So how often do you meet them, or what way does it work? Or
So we just have a monthly farm report meeting where
in person or online?
Yep,
or
on the farm. So pretty much the myself and my manager, and also my the consultant and one of the farm owners. They all pretty much come out to the farm and we have a meeting and go over everything that's been happening that month. Go over the budget for next month, and just I suppose review the budget for the year. Make sure we're all on track. And
how long is that meeting?
Probably about two hours, because we'll go for a farm drive and obviously make sure that everything I'm talking about and preaching is actually going on the farm.
And have you an agenda for that? Set agenda?
Not really. It's pretty. Yeah, it's not very. It's pretty easy going with our meetings. Like, I put on a big feast. Pretty much what happens, they turn up. We have a coffee, talk about general stuff, I suppose, that's going on in the industry, and then start crunching some numbers. Go through a budget. We'll go for a farm drive, which is very good for the equity partners and the shareholders, I suppose. And then check out animal health and go through a bit of health and safety. Make sure that I've been doing everything properly.
So no real set agenda on it?
No set agenda.
Perfect. What type of landowner should consider contract milking?
Probably landowners that wanting to step back and just, literally step right back from the farm and get somebody in to consult the manager or the contract milker that comes in.
Okay, so I suppose they get to come out monthly for half a day, see what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. And when and how, and why should someone consider, we'd say, taking in a contract milker? We'd say if you're a landowner, why wouldn't you, when do you decide, okay, contract milking might now be ready for me?
I suppose when you decide that, you want to spend more time, or you're in a position financially where you can step back and not take the full cut of the milk check, and, give up 20% of that milk check for somebody to come in and run the farm, look after all the staff. When you reach that point in your life where you don't want that stress of looking after staff and milking the cows every day, and trust somebody to come into your farm and run the farm for you.
And what age, if you would say on average in New Zealand, do people go into contract as landowners? Or is that
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know really many. I don't actually know what age. Yeah.
Perfect. Do you have farm goals? We'd say, rather than the detail, we'd say long-term goal. Do you know what the farm goals between you and the landowner or
Yep. So obviously the big one is to remain compliant and be aware of any compliance issues that are coming up in the future. So for our farm, for example, we are trying to talk about riparian planting, for example. That's a project that's going to be coming on in the next 2 years. So riparian planting, environmental planting, moving our fence lines away from the waterways, putting planting hedges in, and so they can soak up all the nutrients so they don't leach into the stream. So that's like a 2-year goal, which I'm obviously brought into. Our shed is 20 years old. Yeah. So that's going to need a new revamp. So
I suppose it's progressing the farm. They're long-term goals, and they're able to get it done through contract milking.
Yep, absolutely. And the benefit there is not only I get buy-in as well, because obviously I want a bit of cow shed, so I'm going to try and stay for that.
Yeah,
those sorts of things.
In New Zealand, how does someone go to find people who are interested in contract milking? So if I'm a landowner and I'm going, yeah, contract milking, share milking is for me, how do I go find you?
So there's in New Zealand we've got a page called Farm Source, and so the employers can obviously put an ad up and try and get employees. The employees will put an ad up for the employers. Yeah, and so pretty much there's hundreds of jobs on there.
Okay,
and there's
so
hundreds of people looking for.
Okay, you put up
jobs.
that I'm looking for a contract milker, and
Yep.
yeah, perfect. What makes a good contract milker?
Somebody who's 100% dedicated to the farm. For me, obviously, as a farm owner, aligns with what you guys want. You might be driven by production, so you want somebody who's going to produce a shitload of milk and not too worried about how pretty the farm is. You might be a farm owner, you might be a farm that's an equity partnership, who are all business people, not too worried about the milk check, but want their farm looking spick and span. So you obviously want to get a contract milker that's very fussy with the weeds and fence lines and all the rest of it. So it just depends what the goal is of the farm owner, really.
Great. What does the future lie in ahead for you?
So obviously I've got this page called Farm4LIFE, and I just want to try and promote the dairy industry, get more buy-in from youth, sell the goal that I've been sold, and what the reason, I suppose, my why to why I'm dairy farming, and try and get more youth into the industry and allow them tools to progress into to management and contract milking, share milking, farm ownership.
Right, I appreciate the time, so thank you.
Thanks for having me, Ireland.
Yeah. Great.